hey, Mr. King here. When you get into Tinkercad and you click on our link to Tinkercad, to start your own design for this one, you're going to want to click on Designs right here. And then you're going to want to go up to Create in the corner. This is just all of your different designs that you've created. And then go to 3D Design right here. And then it'll give you a blank Tinkercad work plane, kind of like this, right? So this is whenever you're going to just get creative. We're moving out of the tutorial zone, and just getting creative. For this assignment, we're going to make a button, though. So what you want to do is drag out a cylinder, all right? And then on the directions of the actual assignment, I said, you know what? Change it to be a realistic actual button. And a real button, if you had one like on a button-up shirt, it would be something like 1 centimeter in size, right? About 1 centimeter. And 1 centimeter actually equals 10 millimeters. So this one's a little off on the size. So if you hold down Shift, it will actually size it proportionally. See how it's like the two sides are actually moving together? Or another way to do it is to actually click on them and go, hey, let's make that 10. And then let's make this one 10. Oh, I guess it did it together, but sometimes it doesn't. Zoom in. If you don't see those little white dots on it like that, zoom in. All right. Okay, we're getting down in size to an appropriate size. And then right here, let's click on this top one, and that'll help us change that one to about, I don't know, if you thought of a regular button and then looked at a ruler, it would be somewhere around 3 millimeters. The little tiny marks in between each centimeter are the millimeters. And I would say that's probably right around 3 is pretty good, maybe 2 even, but something like that. If I click on this now, let's play around with some of these sliders. If you do this, it gets more sides. So like the little segments on a circle. Is it a little bit trickier to 3D print and stuff like that? Sure, or it takes more time, but it makes it look a lot more like so I might move this bevel around a little bit, and then this one makes it more rounded on the edges as well. So that looks a lot more like a well-rounded button and stuff, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to hold down Alt on my keyboard, and I'm going to pull a copy off just like that. Okay, for this copy, what I'm going to do is turn it into a hole. All right, we move it a little bit, we get a better angle, and then I'm going to raise it up in the air like this. And I'm going to kind of move it over so that it's somewhere hovering above this other one, right? Well, this one, what we're going to do is we're going to change the dimensions on this so it's a little bit smaller than the other one. Let's change it to like 8 maybe, something like that on both sides, right? We want to change the diameter on both of these so that it's a perfect circle. Then what I could do is I could try to eyeball it and get it to go into this one. We're gonna move it down and try to eyeball it. Well, better than getting it so we think that it's centered on top of the other one. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select both of them. I drag a selection box around both of them, and then I'm going to hit this alignment tool right up here in the corner. And then I'm going to hit this middle button. There's two middle buttons right here. This one, and so let's say that this one was just even way over here. If I wanted to select both of these like this, and then hit the alignment button, what would they do if I hit this one? Well, you can kind of predict they would align to that center dot right there. Okay. And then I want to click this other one so that they align again. So it's center and center. Once they're grayed out, then I know that they're actually aligned perfectly, right? Not even just by my eyesight, but perfectly. Okay, let's click on this one. And what we're going to do is just kind of push it down into this one right here. Boop, boop, just a little bit. I don't know. It's kind of clunky. It's going click, 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 and it's not doing it the way I want. That's because my snap grid is on. Look at my mouse down in the bottom right-hand corner, snap grid. Sometimes it's nice to have the snap grid on, but other times it's good to turn it off. I'm going to turn that one off just so I can move it more freely the way I want. I'm just going to push it down just a little bit like that. All right, then I'm going to select both of these, and I'm going to group them. As soon as I group them, they actually get cut out just like this. You'll see in just a second. Yeah, a little indent on it. It kind of looks more like a button. Maybe I could have pushed it down just a touch more. If you want to go backwards, Control Z will go backwards. And then I could even just go down just a touch more. Sure, why not? And then group them again. Sure, when I group them, then it gets it cut out. Okay, now to make it a button, I need 4 small holes in the middle. Either 4 or 2, but let's try to go with 4. So then I drag out a new cylinder that is a hole, this one right here. And then what I can do is on the side, I'm going to make these holes 1 millimeter. These dimensions are located in the assignment directions, if you want to know kind of what those are a little bit. But that makes sense too, because if you looked at an actual button, a 1 millimeter hole is pretty small. It would be real small, and so that probably makes kind of sense on the size. And I'm going to move it over like that. I do know that since I drug it out to the work plane that it's flat. If for some reason any object gets kind of off the work plane like that, hit D on the keyboard, which stands for drop, and then it will actually go down flat on the work plane. We want it to cut all the way through the button. Okay, so we got this circle that's going to cut out this hole. I'm going to hold down Alt on the keyboard, and I'm going to move a copy off. Do it again. Hold down Alt, move a copy off. I'm resetting and hold down Alt and move a copy off. I've got those. Those are looking pretty good. If I select them all like this and then cut it out using the grouping tool, look what happens. Oh, okay. Now that I cut it out, you're like, whoa, that looks like a funny looking button. My holes are not looking great, right? Okay, Control Z goes backwards. Let's fix that just a little bit. And so it should look like this. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on one of these, and then I'm also going to click or hold down Shift on the keyboard, and I'm going to hold down, click another one. See how they're both selected? Hit the alignment button up here, and what I do is I align them to center. Boop, it just puts them in a straight line. Okay, well, I'm going to go around the corner here and do that again for these two. That one, and Shift, and hold down. I get two selected by holding down Shift and clicking on one and then another one. And then what I'm going to do is alignment tool, and then I'm going to, let's kind of align them more like to the center. There you go. That gets them in a straight line. Perfect. Just keep going around the circle. And we're going to align now this one. Just click off of it and then click on one of them, and then hold down Shift and click another one. And then what we're going to do is align it again. And let's align this one kind of to the center like that. Yeah, that's great. Now I got it one more time because I'm doing it 4 times all the way around the sides. I click on this one, and then I'm going to hold down Shift, and I'm clicking this one. I got 2 of them set up there, and I'm going to align them maybe to that spot right there. Sure. Is that looking pretty good? Yeah. What we could do is I could select these out in the air like this, and then I could move them around so that I kind of get them centered the way I want them there just a little bit, so that they're kind of right in the middle. Yep, that's pretty good. And then Control A will select all, or another way to do that is just drag a selection box around all of it. Zoom out to do that. And then we're going to cut this. If you cut it, use the grouping tool and it cuts out, hey, there's a button. And that looks like a pretty good button. And that's all we're up to for this assignment. And then what you're going to do is screenshot your button when you're done. Get a good angle, zoom in a little bit, and try to get your button in the middle of the screen and take a screenshot and turn that into Schoology. All right, awesome.